Hello and welcome to One Called Mama. I am your host, Sam, and I am so glad you decided to join me today for our fifth season, you guys. This is so exciting. I'm so happy to be here. I am so happy. I have so much to share with y'all, so much that has happened in the last month between now and last season. It has been a whirlwind. I have been I have just been so overwhelmed in good ways and in some bad ways with everything that I have been doing, all the things that have been set before me. It's just been incredible. So, a couple of things I would like to just jump into really quick before we get to today's topic. I missed a big milestone that I forgot to share with y'all, and that was that in April, One Called Mama turned a year old. We started this podcast in April. I think it was April 22nd. And I totally meant to do like an announcement thing and do something kind of fun, like happy birthday, One Called Mama, something stupid like that, just something fun and silly. And I totally forgot. I had so much that I was doing and focused on that I just completely missed it. And now we're almost, we're a month late. But I just wanted to say I am super excited that we've been here for a year, that this podcast has been going for a year. I think that's a big deal. I'm excited with the things that God's doing and the things that I've learned by doing this show. And I'm just thankful for y'all. So thank you for being here with me. If you've been here since the beginning, I just really appreciate you. If you're new, I hope you decide to stay. And I hope this is a family that you just feel welcomed and loved by, because we're raw, we're vulnerable, we laugh, we cry, and hopefully we learn and glorify God on the way. So I wanted to say that. Also, if you've been following me on social media at all, you will know that Monday, June 2nd, I launched an online store. Yay! Through my website, I have some merchandise that I can now offer to y'all. So it's a very limited selection right now. I have designs that aren't posted there, and I just did an event, which was kind of like a soft opening. I did an event on Sunday and debuted all of my designs that I have so far at that event. Um, so I have a range of those designs available on my store online. And if you would like to go check those out, you can go to onecalledmama.org and hit the merch button at the very top right-hand menu option, and it'll pull up the designs that I have right now. So far, it's just t-shirts, but I really love baseball caps and journals and drinkware and who doesn't, and bags and things like that. So eventually, hopefully, I will have those kinds of things on there, but right now we just have t-shirts. So if you have any questions, if you go check me out, you can always leave me a comment on this video, or you can fill out my contact me card on my website and always reach out to me there if you have any questions about the new merch that I have just launched. Let's see what else. The second podcast has been going really well. It's been very, very enlightening. It's been very, in some ways, it's been very hard. It's been extremely encouraging and inspirational. I've been very inspired by these stories and these testimonies, and just blown away by what God is doing in these people's lives, and how he is at work in them through fostering, but also just through, we've spoken to a couple of nonprofits, a couple of organizations. And so just the work that they're doing and how they're getting involved. And it's just really neat. It's really wonderful to see how God really puts all the pieces together from beginning to end. And I know we've talked about that on this show, is that how God redeems everything. And even if it was a bad situation or something tragic, he still brings it full circle. He still turns it into something, somehow he still turns it into something good. And it's really been eye-opening. And I have learned a lot. Just especially on the business side of things, Nikki has taught me a lot about how to run a business. She is very business savvy. She's been doing running her business for a really long time. And so definitely going to have her on the show. We've just been trying to get through the podcast on our end and really focus on that. But eventually I would really love to share Nikki with y'all and have her on and have her share how she's done this, how she's managed everything. And it's just a really wonderful thing. Um, so that being said, I want to talk about today periods of growth and seasons of stretching and how messy and hard that can be, because it's definitely been that for me. I have no doubt that I am exactly where I need to be. I know that God has ordained things. He has put things together. He has assigned things to me to do with certain people at a certain time. And it has been extremely exciting. It's been very exciting. It's also been scary. And the season I'm in now, right now, it's been very hard. And I've had moments where I just was like, I cannot do this. It's just too much. And that's normal. And I think when we go through periods of breaking through our ceiling, when God is stretching us, when God is pushing us, we are going to feel those feelings. We're going to have those emotions, and they're okay. It's not a sin to feel something initially, right? It's I think turns into a problem when we stay in that space or we wallow, despair. That's when it turns into a problem. That's when we start sinning in our hearts, because then we're living in a space of doubt, and we don't want to do that. So the reason I want to talk about this is because if you want to grow and if you want to continue to move forward in whatever it is you're doing, you're going to have seasons like this. They're really inevitable, and it's okay. And it's as long as we're prepared for that and we know that this is just part of the process, it will be less of a fight and more of a, okay, I know I just have to push through this. I just have to figure out the right systems. I have to figure out the right tools. I have to figure out the right schedule and how this is going to look for me now that this is part of my life. And so, for example, uh, the kind of the tagline that I want to put on this as well is setting healthy boundaries. And for me, for the month of April, we were putting the whole show together for this fostering and adoption podcast. We were building out the systems. We were setting up the schedules. We were scheduling interviews. We were having interviews. We were creating graphics. We were booking events. We had all the things going, and we had to have it launched by May 6th because May was Fostering Awareness Month. I know this seems like it's going nowhere. It is, I promise. So it was very busy, very hectic, and it was necessary for the deadlines that we had to meet. So May 6th gets here, and we've got everything kind of up and running. We're figuring out a routine, and I hit a place where physically I start to manifest the stress of the last month. This came in the form of really bad dizzy spells and just exhaustion, just extreme fatigue, where I felt like if I had the dizzy spell, then I would exhaustion would usually follow, and it got to the point where I was getting to where I didn't feel like I could drive. The other part of this was high blood pressure. I never have issues with blood pressure. I'm going to be 36 years old in August. Never have in my life had high blood pressure. It's always been great. It's always been really good. And my blood pressure was high consistently over a few days. I was monitoring it and it was not going down and it was off. And so I was getting the picture. Okay. It took me probably a week and a half, 2 weeks to get the picture, but my body was manifesting the stress that I was experiencing through all of these new things I was taking on. And I had this moment with Nikki that I sent her an email. I had been thinking over this a few days, and I sent her an email and I basically said, this is what I need to happen in order to keep doing what we're doing. I need to have some strict boundaries on when we record, when I come in and work and how all that looks like, and when deadlines and timelines and what all this, how this all flows. And, it was hard, and it was kind of, in a way, it was kind of scary to send that because one, I didn't want to come across as, demanding, or that I was really trying to control things. It wasn't about that. And I hope I came across in a way that it wasn't about that. It was very honest. And two, it was hard for me to admit on a certain level that I was hitting a spot where I was not having healthy boundaries for myself. I wasn't. I had to admit that I needed to rework some things, and in a way, I think that hit my pride. So I sent the email, and she, as always, Nikki. Y'all don't know Nikki. Maybe some of you listening do. Uh, Nikki is one of the kindest, most selfless people I know. And so her email back to me was so gracious and so kind and so loving. And she actually said she was proud of me for telling her this and being honest and figuring this out, and telling her what I needed in order to be able to function. And so I say all this because I know there are some of you out there who are pushing, who are working really hard, who are feeling the fatigue, you're feeling the physical effects of what you're doing, of all the hard work you're putting in. You are not just tired anymore, you're experiencing something that maybe you haven't experienced before. Maybe it's chronic headaches. Maybe it's like me. You're getting dizzy spells. You're having high blood pressure. Maybe you're feeling anxiety. Maybe you're starting to get a tightness in your chest every time you get an email, or every time you get a phone call or a text, because you're anticipating what that's going to require of you. And so my encouragement to you is find a way to set healthy boundaries in place with whatever it is, the thing that you're working on, whether it's a passion project, work, or any other thing. There is a way to set up healthy structure around that thing. You just have to sometimes get creative. And that may also mean that your schedule has to look a certain way. And for me, it was the first 3 days of the week. I work solely on this second show and everything that it requires of me for those first 3 days of the week. And the rest of the week, I get to do whatever I need to do for myself and for my business and my ministry. So, so far, that has been everything I needed. I noticed an immediate change in my body, in how I felt, in the dizzy spells. They're still there, but they're not nearly as bad as they were. And so it was so obvious and so clear that that was the right decision. And I'm so glad that I had family, and I had the Holy Spirit to tell me that these things are what needs to happen in order to keep doing this. And the reason why, you go through setting boundaries is so important for when you are in seasons of growth, because it's not about limiting your growth. It's about having the growth in a healthy space and figuring out how to grow in a healthy way. It's not that I'm doing anything less. I'm not doing less work. I'm not. It's that I've conformed the work into a space that's healthy for me, that makes sense for me. And it's been everything I needed. It's made all the difference in the world. And so I just felt like over the last month, this is one of the most important things I've learned. And I really just wanted to share this with you guys. There's a couple of other things that I'm hoping to say for future episodes that I'm still pondering. And, I'll pray about them and stuff, because it's always good to pray about everything. But just because, I want to make sure that I get them out in the right way. But I felt like this was a good episode to start season 5 with. And I'm so excited. I have some amazing interviews scheduled. I have some people. Do I have more than one? I have one lady, definitely one lady coming back. I interviewed her last year, and she's coming back to do a second interview, and I'm very excited. And also, too, for a limited time, I'm going to say for the month of June, I have started making one called Mama t-shirts. So you can't see the t-shirt I'm wearing. I'll post it on Facebook soon. If you want a t-shirt, just go into this episode and comment that you want a t-shirt, or better yet, email me at onecalledmama@gmail.com and title the subject Season 5 Premiere t-shirt, and I'll know what you're talking about. And for a limited time, you can get a t-shirt for $10. Y'all know t-shirts are expensive, and $10 is very inexpensive for a t-shirt. So they're really pretty, and I'm wearing a hot pink t-shirt with the white logo on it, and it's really pretty. So I'm biased, so you know. All right, you guys, if you have any prayer requests, if you have any suggestions for future episodes, I would really love to know what y'all would love to talk about, what you would love to hear me talk about. If there's anybody you think I should interview to have on the show, please hit me up. I am always looking for more people to invite on this show. If you want to schedule a prayer Bible workshop with me, I would love that. So let me know and we can get that scheduled if you're in my area. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and I will be talking to you again very soon.